Hi, welcome to Joy and Feast. Today we're making braised pork cheek with persimmon gravy. The first step to preparing our pork cheek is to trim the fat. And as you can see with my half pound of pork cheek, there's plenty of extra fat to carve off. This is great for rendering into lard, or simply you may just discard. Now, we don't need to trim off every single last bit of fat. We just want to trim off the majority. And all I need is just a few more slices with my knife to remove the excess fat. Alright, now take a little bit of salt and just sprinkle it right over both sides of your pork cheek. You may want a little more or a little less depending on your seasoning preference. Now prepare a Dutch oven with high heat oil and get it hot. We're going to brown both sides of the pork cheek. When satisfactory, set aside to another container. In the same Dutch oven, brown shallots, celery, and garlic in butter. If you do not have access to red shallots, red onions will work as a substitute. At this point in the cooking process, if you have a star anise or bay leaf, I would also add it to the pot. Now, with 2 cups of white wine, deglaze the pan. With a tool such as a wooden spoon, make sure to get all the excess brown bits off of the bottom. Now we are going to add our reserved pork cheeks back into the shallot wine mixture. Next, we take 2 ripened Fuyu persimmons and trim off the skin. These persimmons can be found in most major grocery stores in December and January, or in Asian grocery stores. This is my personal favorite variety of persimmon. However, there are several others, such as the Hachiya persimmon, and the pulp of these varieties will work fine as well. Now simply just trim off the skin of the persimmon and add them to the pot. When finished, add a lid to the cast iron and add to a 250-degree oven. Braise for 3 hours. Now would be a great time to render the reserved lard from earlier. The last steps of this dish are preparing an accompanying side dish and creating the actual fruit gravy. Here we remove the pieces of pork jowl or pork cheek from the braising liquid. If you added any spices earlier, such as the star anise, also remember to remove them at this time. Now, with the entire braising liquid, add to a blender and pulse thoroughly. At this point, the braising liquid will still be thin and runny, and we are going to want to take it down into a thicker consistency by reducing after we blend. And as you can see, the liquid will start to take on a beautiful light orange color. Once thoroughly blended, add back to the Dutch oven and add 1 tablespoon of sugar. Reduce until a thick gravy consistency. I would serve this on top of polenta, rice, or in my case, couscous. Now all that's left is to serve warm and enjoy. Hi, thanks for watching Joy and Feast. If you have any comments or questions, please post below. If you'd like to see the recipe, click the link above. And please don't forget to subscribe.